Now we have Kunal Rambhia joining us on the show. Very good afternoon to you, Kunal. Thank you so much for joining us on ET Now. And let's talk about Strides Pharma and how is this one looking on the charts to you?
Very good afternoon to everyone. So if you look at the Strides Pharma, we saw a decisive rally somewhere in the beginning of September, the end of September, by the way, and it actually consolidated after the massive rally. And today is the day where it is showing again an uptake out of consolidation. So I think this counter is now poised for a new rally. One can initiate a buy near to the present level itself. The stop loss for this will be 510, and the first target can be 535 to 540 levels.
Okay. Keeping an eye out on those levels for Strides Pharma. Okay, let's move on and then talk about an FMCG name. And Kunal, you picked out Britannia for us. In terms of the stock move, what are we expecting now from Britannia? It's not something that has seen a very sharp rally coming in. But do you think that the up move that we have seen in terms of a bit of a momentum that we saw a few months back, that is something that could come back and we could see Britannia seeing a run-up?
See, it's been almost 2.5 months now. Britannia is in the sideways consolidation, and the zone has been broadly, say, 46.20 on the higher side to say around 44.75 on the lower side. And now this consolidation seems to be coming to an end. Yesterday was the first day where it actually tried coming out of consolidation. Today, as of now, it's retesting the level. I think this present zone is the perfect level to initiate a buy. Keep the stop loss of around 4,500, and one can think of initiating a buy on this counter once the momentum emerges. I think the levels to watch out will be 4,700 to 4,750.
All right, moving on, let's talk about Wipro then. Yesterday, surprisingly, this was among the top gainers on the Nifty. Though today, if you look at it, the entire IT pack is pretty much subdued with what TCS delivered in anticipation of what HCL Tech, or for the matter of fact, even Infosys will deliver. But Wipro, all eyes on this one. You think that this will be the shining star in the pack all of a sudden?
So yes, broadly speaking, if you look at the entire year of 2023, it's been a sideways consolidation with a curve formation. And on the daily chart, now what I can see is not only just yesterday's move, but in fact the last 15 days move. It was in the sideways consolidation and it has come out of that consolidation again. So the present decline which you are witnessing on the chart can be taken as a buying opportunity. One can initiate a buy on this counter with the stop loss of 410. I think this counter can now show us the levels of 440 to 445 again.
Okay, surely keeping an eye out on those levels for Wipro. But let's move on and shift gears and talk about Reliance Industries then, Kunal. What is the view on Reliance Industries? Has been quite subdued even in the last 6 months or 1 year as well. Now, what is the view on charts for this?
See, if you look at the chartical formation again from 16th August, the counter was trading somewhere near to 2580 to 2600, and from there it has made the bottom near to 2300. And now this entire formation looks like a falling wedge formation where the breakout was witnessed yesterday. And today is the follow through again. The counter is really holding up well. So one can initiate a buy at the present level with the immediate stop loss of 2350, or rather I would say 2340. And the first target, the conservative target on this can be 2450 and followed by 2550. It's a positional trade, so one can definitely think of accumulating even on further declines.
Okay, let's move on. Emphasis there. And Kunal, what are your expectations in terms of charts for Emphasis, similar of that to something like a Wipro?
So again, yes, we saw again a broader consolidation of almost 5 weeks on the Emphasis. The previous week, this counter was up by around 4%, and today also, it's trying to cross that hurdle mark of around 2,500. You can see today and even yesterday, it went up 2 times almost during intraday to cross 2,500, but it was a failure. So it's a conditional buy. Let Emphasis close about 2,500. One can initiate a buy. The stop loss will be 2,460, and the targets can be as high as 2,600. So yes, this can be a positional play, but we are waiting for the closing about 2,500.
HUL, last whole year we only spoke about one stock, and that was ITC. This year somehow HUL is trying to get its place because we had a lot of technical analysts actually talk about HUL, saying that looks like the tide will turn at least for this one sometime. But when will that sometime be?
So, if you remember, this counter, along with the ITC, we spoke last week also, and the view was very clear that it's trying to come out of the consolidation. Last 2 days, in fact, yesterday it was about 1.5%. Today also, it's now crossing the day's high and yesterday's high also. So, this broader consolidation is now coming to an end. One can definitely initiate a buy on this. The stop loss will be 25.30, and the first target can be now 26.20, followed by 26.50. But yes, I think the tide will turn this time very sure.
On talk about New India Assurance on the technicals, and Kunal, what's your view on New India Assurance? Last 6 months, 34% return approximately, especially in the last 1 month, we've seen that bit of an uptick coming in furthermore. What is the view now?
So it's a trending counter, yes, and for the entire month of September, this counter remains sideways. The strong support on the counter is 135, and presently it's trading at 136.50. I think it's a perfect bargain buying opportunity in this entire trending counter. One can initiate a buy. The stop loss will be 134 on a conservative basis, and the first target can be 145, followed by 155. That can be a 52x high target.
On to stock number 37 for today, that's IDBI Bank. In the last 1 month, this one has been quite subdued, Kunal. So now on, what should we be expecting from IDBI Bank?
And almost the same formation on the weekly chart. We saw a decisive breakout somewhere in September itself. That breakout was 66 levels. The counter went up to 73. Retesting happened just 3 days back, and now counter is trying to go up again. So I think this retesting level of 65 can be a good support. Initiating a buy at the 69 levels. Stop loss will be 65, and now the targets can be placed at around 75 to 76.
All right.